Do we appreciate the simple things in life enough? I think we might not. And sometimes you have someone in your life who points it out to you that you actually are not appreciating how blessed we all are. And the things that we just got in our lives that other people don't have. But we tend to complain about the fact that we don't have them. I want to tell you about a friend of mine. And I'm going to say her name, Sharon. And if she sees this, it can only be a compliment to her. Sharon has got the most incredible attitude to life. I'm sure she was born with a smile on her face. When you give her a cup of instant coffee, she says, "That is delicious, thank you so much." When she has a cheap plate of pasta in a cheap restaurant, she says, "Oh, I really enjoyed that. That was delicious." If she has a 3-course meal, it's just as delicious. She enjoys everything about life. When she goes somewhere, it doesn't have to meet a certain expectation for her. If it's really, really special, well, you can imagine she's just over the moon. If it's very ordinary, it was good fun. She always enjoys what she does. And as for a glass of wine, whatever wine it is, she says, "Cheers. I'm really going to enjoy this. That was lovely." If I have some friends around sometimes and just a simple little get together, you can look across the room and just see her smiling. Happy with the conversation, whatever it is. And if the conversation's a bit boring, like I sometimes can guess that it is, you wouldn't tell from her face. I've been on holiday with her as well. We went to England and to Europe. It doesn't matter what her bed was like in our accommodation, and our accommodation was on such a tight budget. Well, our whole holiday was. She got into her bed and she said, "Oh, that's comfy, that's lovely. I'm going to have a lovely sleep tonight. I'm tired from today." And if I woke up a couple of minutes before her in the morning, if I just happened to be looking her way, I would notice she'd wake up and immediately smile. And if she saw you looking at her, she'd say, "Good morning. Look around, it looks like a gorgeous day." If it was raining, she'd say, "Oh, it looks like a raincoat day." So positive. And she has a lot going on in her life to be negative about. I've known her for many years, and there's so many things that have gone wrong in her life, or perhaps not wrong, but the way she wouldn't have chosen them to go. She says, "Well, one of those things, we'll make it work." She has no need for luxury to make her happy. Everything is beautiful to her. Or if you give her something, she just appreciates it so much. Why do some of us need to have a luxurious house, car, decor, whatever in our houses to make us happy? We've got to try and step away from that. Could we be taking a leaf out of her book? I think we could. When she arrives at my house, she says, "What's new? What's new? Anything different?" And happily walks around and says, "Oh, that's lovely. You've painted this wall." Noticing things and loving things. Loving that it's just a little bit different, even if it was just a tin of paint that was spent. And of course, when I go to her house, she says, come and look what I've done with my garden. And she would have taken some slips off of other plants and replanted them and got them going and added to her beautiful garden. That is all made by her. Everything she has, she makes herself, and she loves it, and she loves that it turns out beautifully. When we learn to take a leaf out of someone's book that behaves that way, because some might be listening and saying, well, you know, my life's not that easy. I can't be smiling all the time and enjoying everything. Let me tell you, my friend that I'm talking about has not had an easy life at all. And it's not my story to tell, so I will not be telling you what she has gone through. But she's gone through a lot and somehow managed to keep smiling, to keep looking forward. When something goes wrong, to keep saying, oh well, next time it'll be better. To keep feeling blessed, to keep feeling lucky. I don't know if she practices any sort of gratitude meditations or anything like that. What is it? Is she just born happy? As I said that, I'm remembering times when something happened that wasn't happy. She still stood up against it and stayed positive. Have we just become used to complaining about everything? I think perhaps we have. We can start to identify with all the things in our lives that are wrong and overlook the good completely. It can become a bad habit. I know that I'm going to try very hard to enjoy every delicious cup of cheap instant coffee that I have. It doesn't have to be a machine cappuccino. It just needs to be enjoyed and maybe shared with a friend. I'm going to make a concerted effort to do that. So that's my message for today. It's my message to myself and to you. Let's try and wake up with a smile on our face. When we say good morning, let us be expecting a good morning. When something doesn't go exactly as we wanted it to, let's try and look at how we could turn it around and make a positive outcome. So that's just a little story I wanted to share with you today. And I hope it had a little impact on you, as just thinking about her had an impact on me. Until next time, bye for now.